We got 2 minutes.
Starting now to make sure everything's working.
Alright.
I don't want you. Alrighty. You asshole. Alright, hopefully this is functioning. Set up 2 minutes early just to make sure this link worked, and if it doesn't, then goddamn. Link is not working. Great. Okay.
What we gotta do?
I don't know.
I ain't know how this work.
There it is. Grab the pods from my left jacket pocket. Should be in there. Alrighty. Hey, we got people. Alright, so should be a little bit of a delay, but we got a chat. So once people start getting in here, we'll start doing something. I sure don't know what. But we're gonna. Alright, welcome to the very first Johnny Manchild and the Poor Bastards web chat. And there's Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Alrighty. Hell yeah. So the delay on here is about 20 to 30 seconds, so this should be interesting. Welcome to the first Johnny Manchild web chat. I'm gonna open this boy up.
Oh, hey guys.
There we go. That should work. Alright, so we have no idea how long this is gonna be, but basically the point is this is our live Q&A, this is our update, this is like a direct line to ask us anything that you might want to ask us and shit like that, like more personal Q&A. So this live chat should be perfect for this. for this. And yes, Chris is here. There we go.
Hello.
Alright, we're all here.
Hey.
So what are we doing today?
Band practice, podcast.
And then band practice. We're working on...
Yeah, not in the order.
In a different order, though. So, today is the first Bastard Radio podcast. Fuck knows how it's going to go. We're going to be talking about music that we listen to and stuff that influenced us and pretty much whatever else might come up. And that'll be posted in the Patreon. We may or may not post that elsewhere outside of the Patreon, but it'll damn sure be there first. And then we have a band practice. We've been working on new stuff, started demoing for the new 2020 album. That's the big thing. So, yeah, welcome to the first web chat. If anybody has anything you want to ask me, it'd be a good way to kick this off. And I did add everybody in the VIP chat. I sure did. Okay. The delay on this is going to be pretty heavy, but that's okay.
It's gonna be super fun, dude. It's gonna be super fun.
So yeah, today's the first podcast. I'll be editing that sometime this week and putting it up in the next 10 to 12 days.
I have coffee.
The idea is that it's going to... You have coffee?
This is tea.
Do you have coffee?
I have some coffee.
I'd love some
What are we
coffee.
supposed to do with that, man? We're on video.
So, we're gonna be, it's gonna get better probably as time goes on. We're all still figuring out how this is gonna go, but we are gonna do our podcast today. Hopefully introduce you guys to some music you haven't heard before. Do you know when you'll drop the tour dates? Okay, cool. So the tour dates should be dropping within the next 4 or 5 days. Right now we're waiting on some new art for the posters from Shelby Criswell, and I'm neither confirming nor denying that the $20 Patreon people will get a signed tour poster. Yeah,
I
so
want one of those.
that might be a thing. Hey Ethan,
Yeah.
where'd you get the paintings behind us?
They made them.
No.
Those are Nathan's paintings.
Yeah,
He did these?
Nathan did these.
Oh, he painted these?
Didn't they?
No.
Oh, okay. They belong to our memorabilia technician Nathan. who may or may not have painted them himself.
Ooh, so
There we go.
pretty.
So yeah, actually, you know what? Let's do. I like that. I like that.
What if we scooted the table back there, and then we could get like the whole couch?
That's a pretty good idea. We're figuring it as we go. I've got a little bit of length. I gotta. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's way better. So, also in the future, we're probably gonna have a little bit more of a organized web chat formula here, and we're also probably gonna get a better webcam. One of those really nice Logitech C9, whatever the fucks. Kind of upgrade that. Those are not expensive. We can get rid of those someday. So
I
yeah.
also have a really nice laptop we could do this with that has a really nice webcam.
But the webcam we can put it like on the phone or something.
That'd be cool.
Easy. Hey, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Oh,
we can introduce Agra.
So, if you all haven't met, holy shit, if you all haven't met Agra, oh god. There we go.
Agra
This
down.
is Bandog, Agra. Oh
Agra
man.
down.
I'm down with her.
And this is Ben.
What's up?
Goddamn, Agra is fucking crazy. There we go. This is already a fantastic webcam. This is going very well. Alrighty, so let's see. And yes, it's a vape. I failed. Witness my fucking failure. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, it lasted like a week. He tried this way.
Yeah,
That was funny.
I tried. I did. Okay, so let's look at. Have you met Shelby in person? I have actually not met Shelby in
either.
person. Nobody's actually met Shelby. There's no real way to know if he exists.
They're just a character.
What size? Hey Ethan, what size drumsticks do you use?
Oh, 5A's or...
The V.
I like the Big First Peter Erskine ride stick. It's kind of almost like an 8D size. Hey, I like them. They're good for. They sound great on cymbals. Fuck off. Or I like the ProMark Millennium series, or like the Hickory Wood, the thicker ones for that. I like those a lot. Yeah. So, what happened to the merch in the Bastard Boutique? So what happened to the merch in the Bastard Boutique is we had so much stuff and it looked so messy, and so I'm kind of redoing it. I limited it to some to less stuff, and we're gonna start doing rotations. Also, this is a good time to talk about this. Part of that is due to advice from our new manager. We've got a manager. His name is Jacob Mann.
With 2 N's.
Yeah, Jacob Mann is the manager for Manchild.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is this just a draft?
That is a draft. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that
Shelby's poster.
off, and we're gonna put our name up here because our fucking band name isn't on it.
I didn't even realize.
I know.
What about on the podium?
So we're gonna put our logo on the podium.
Okay.
Our band name up here, and then Perennial's logo is gonna go in the right corner. So anyway, all that stuff. So yeah, we'll be doing rotations, kind of like seasonal rotations to the merch in the Bastard Boutique. That's partially advice from our new manager. He's helping us with our marketing and contract negotiation, advertising, and all that stuff so that we can blow up and buy big houses. Let's see. Doggo. Favorite part of the music creation process?
Creating music, mostly.
Well,
I like the guitar part.
I like being in the recording studio. I really like being in the recording studio. That's my favorite part. Ethan with the coffee.
Got you, boy.
Fantastic. Ethan, what's your favorite part of the music creation process? Let's divvy it up into like songwriting, performing, and recording.
My
What's your favorite part?
actual favorite part is whenever we're rehearsing like a whole set and we like just hang out for like 2 to 4 hours and just like go through a whole set and nail it down. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I really, because there's always a moment whenever we're writing something, whatever it is, there's always a moment whenever it just like kind of like, holy shit. There's always a moment whenever it's like you've been messing around with the song for a while, you've been trying to get it to do whatever you want it to do, and there's a moment where it
Snaps.
bam, and you're like, okay, that's it right there. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
So I guess not when it's done, but whenever you know exactly what you want out of
Whenever you
it.
find that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
When
think-
you find the thing.
I think I can like just like pinpoint a specific moment within like All Right, when like All Right honestly I feel like came together in the studio more than it before because it sounded good before.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we got into the studio, it like found the vibe, and we had the vocoder on it, and there's
Mhm.
808 drops, and it got like.
We certainly didn't have the vibe in the demo when we did though.
no.
I
We
think that happened a lot with these singles.
for the
They
singles.
kind of came together during the studio process.
One big beautiful sound as well.
I think we knew what the vibe for All Right was, but then it got way more into that when we actually recorded it. So yeah, I don't know. Ethan's favorite part is to review the moment that a song actually comes together, which arguably is just the best part because it's awesome. But I specifically like recording. Chris likes just jamming through the set, and
I'm right there with you. I really like the studio process.
yeah. I'm also like, also me, Ethan, and Chris are all like recording engineers, so like that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I like being in the studio. That's my happy place. Let's see, what else we got here? Big First 5A gang. When's Chris?
Bro, yeah, boy.
When is Chris getting his Sir Duke cover?
Hell yeah! When am I getting my 30 cover, Johnny?
You know what? I think that's going to be one of the... So we need to figure out how to do this, actually. So my recording studio is about to be finished here in a few weeks, and that's one of the things that we're going to use it for. We're going to be doing, like, covers for YouTube and stuff. That will likely be one of the first ones. I think Sir Duke is going to be a video that we should do a cover video for. So definitely want to do that.
What about Do I Do? Can we do that one instead?
Dude, oh my god,
if we're gonna do a Stevie Wonder cover, I also vote for Sir Duke. I fucking love that song.
Alright.
Also, by the way, one of the other things we're gonna be doing soon, we are working on the music challenge. Fuck. So what I'm thinking, at first I was thinking for the whole
round robin.
We're switching instruments, swapping on one of our songs, all of us playing an instrument. At first I thought maybe we should practice and then do it, but I think it's going to be more fun if we all get together in one day and just fucking go at it. It's more of a challenge that way. Literally, learn the parts and just do it in one day, record it, and then post the video of the recording process and the finished result. So that'll be happening soon. And I believe we're going to do Valencia is the track that we're actually going to instrument swap on. So there's that. I will not tell you who's playing what, but you will see. How'd you guys meet?
We gotta get a better story for this one.
Yeah, we gotta get way better.
Okay, so it was in 1998. So I actually met Chris first.
Not in 1998.
No, not in 1998. I met Chris in 2015.
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds right. I met Chris in 2015 after I got back from the army, like for training. I was in this other band with him called The Happily Entitled, which actually he wasn't the first. Jamie was the first guitarist in that band, and then he was replaced by Chris. And yeah, so cool. So I met him then, and then big fallout with the band, broke up. I started this band. And that is when I met, at the UCO Jazz Lab, I met Ethan Neal. And James was Ethan's friend. He brought him into the band after I started the thing, and I met James. I knew Ben before the band started because he was the drum major for the marching band, and I was on 5th bass, and that's how I met Ben. And then Danny came in later after we had to replace Taylor Doak. And Danny, I knew him from jazz band, but didn't know him from anything else. And Ethan knew him from high school.
Going 2 for 2.
2 for 2. And so then we met Jonathan Elizondo in jazz band, and then we replaced him with Logan, who we also knew from jazz band. And then after that, Chris replaced Jamie again in this band. And that's how everyone met. R.I.P. Jamie. Alright, what else we got here? Can you tell us one song that will 100% be on the 2020 album?
Prefer not to respond?
I plead the 5th.
Resolve.
Yeah.
Resolve will be on the album. Resolve will 100% be on the album. If you don't know what that is, sorry. I'm not going to show you. Resolve. Every bastard's favorite song to play.
All of my mind.
Fuck.
It was Lightning for a long time for me, but it's probably all right now.
Chris, what's your favorite song to play?
Last Surprise.
That's
Insomnia.
Fuck off.
My favorite song to play is probably I like Gestapo a lot.
It's gonna be Deceptions.
Yeah.
Right?
For me, it's Deception.
I really like starting Deceptions of the Heart, but I people go crazy on
The Coffin. That's where I yeah.
Gestapo is fun for me though. It's almost become like a mechanical motion. Like my hands just do that piano part now. So it's kind of just like I can literally like do my taxes or play Sudoku while I'm playing the Gestapo part. So I have to get into it for different reasons. But All Right to me is my favorite because it's so goddamn pretty, and it'll be even more fun once I get that Voice Live Extreme pedal and I can control my own vocoder through my chords. That'll be really fun.
Yeah, we've got a lot of gear we want to buy.
Yeah, like $4,000 or $5,000 more of gear we want to get. Probably more than that if I can include like the Yamaha CP70 and like the Wurlitzer and stuff. Anyway, yeah. Let's see what else we got. Please say We Bounce. Okay, you know what? I will tell you, We is going to be on the album, but while we're all here, the title is not We Bounce. So I'm gonna tell you something about recording. When you export the file for a song, it is called a bounce file. You are bouncing the recording into an MP3 or WAV. And so the song is called We, and the file is We Bounce, the bounce of the song We. So it's not called We Bounce.
I think we should keep it. We should just call it We Bounce from now on.
It's definitely called We.
It's like a portion of the Wii Fit games.
Okay, so let's see. Does Johnny not like Insomnia? I love Insomnia. The thing is, I wrote it and recorded it with a giant string section, and we literally can't play it live right now. In order for us to do it, we'd have to rearrange it, and so yeah,
Because we didn't play it at the album release.
I don't like All in My Mind very much. It's boring. It's boring to me. Sorry.
I love playing it.
It's a John Mayer song, man.
I know.
That's why Ethan likes it so much.
All right, groovy. So.
I also like playing So You Want a Song. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I do like So You Want a Song. I still feel like that hasn't reached its like 100% live version yet. I feel like there's some stuff we could do to tweak that.
I agree.
Make it a little heavier, but prettier and heavier. You Want a Song is a weird one because it goes between this really groovy thing and then it goes to this really not groovy heavy thing, and we're working on it. Yeah, we put a lot of extra parts in while we were in the recording studio, and so there's still some stuff that we're figuring out how to do live. So yeah. Oh man. Let's see. Not even Johnny likes All in My Mind. Sorry.
Hey, at least we're a band that will admit that some tracks are just like tracks that we needed to put in the album to fill a little bit of space, and we're not trying to say that like every song we put out is an emotional roller coaster.
Speaking of that, so by the way, like the whole thing, doing a single a month, a lot of the songs that we used were very old songs. Actually, which one was it? Radio was written a month before Lucky to Have You. Just to show you like how weird that is. So like, just to kind of say, a lot of the songs, yeah, true story. A lot of the songs that were the singles were ones that we had prepared and ones that were kind of in the back catalog that we wanted to get out so we could kind of move past them. That being said, the album is a lot more curated and cohesive. There's a lot more work being put into each individual song instead of just challenging ourselves to put out something every month. So I think it's going to be a lot more of a thing, even more than Insomnia, because even Insomnia was still some back catalog stuff that we should put out. Honestly, this is the first album in the whole like 4 years almost that we've been a band that is actually like a start to finish new thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ridiculous that it went this long before that happened.
Yeah.
We finally get to make the cookies from scratch this time.
Yeah. So. Yeah, this next album's coming out will be more Johnny Manchild and the Poor Bastards than any previous release because it is more of all of us than any of the other stuff, I think. It'll be cool. Also, it's some sad boy shit, I'm just gonna say. Every time I show any of my friends and your songs, we fall in love with you guys. Fucking sick. Very cool.
Sick.
Will Ethan and Ben be joining the MC server?
Oh yeah, you guys were talking about that earlier.
What's the MC server?
So they were talking about whether or not to bring the Minecraft server back.
Oh Jesus Christ!
There was a pin post and there was like react to it, and we might think about putting the server back up or something like that. I didn't react to it and I apologize. I would love to play in the Minecraft server again though.
During live shows, will you guys accept gifts?
Depends on the.
Maybe like directly after the show, but probably not while we're on stage. But I guess I could accept it. It depends on what the gift is, I guess.
Is it like a wrapped present gift?
Or is it like a foot?
How do you be like, no, I don't like that?
Like if
Fan
you
art,
bring me like a
fucking
foot
anything like that.
or like a rock, I'll take the rock.
That's the head of my first kill.
Get you someone who looks at you the way Chris looks at Johnny. Okay. Very cool.
Terrified.
I showed up at Chris's house yesterday without any warning on accident because I got him mixed up with another Chris. And he acted like...
That was so funny. That was awesome.
He acted like I was supposed to be there.
And I'm like, hey, come on in, dude. And we just sit down and talk for like 15 minutes. He's just like drinking a bottle of water. We're just shooting the shit. And he's like, oh, so you wanted to play PlayStation VR? I was like, oh, I don't have a PlayStation, bro. He's like, what? Some other Chris had texted him, and it had been like a really long time since he heard from him last, and he was just Chris in his phone, and apparently I'm just Chris in his phone. Way to go, Johnny.
And so I showed up.
Fucking
You are CL. I just didn't catch it.
Ooh, I get an L.
So I showed up to the wrong Chris's house
You called me right afterwards just
because
to
it was
tell me.
fucking
Just to tell me.
hilarious.
It was so funny.
But yeah, so if I just show up at Chris's house while his wife is sick, he'll act like, yeah, that's normal. Anyway,
I'm surprised.
if you could bring one other bastard on the UK tour, who would you bring? Other than Danny and I? I mean, like,
That's so mean. That's
That's
a
a
double-edged sword right
it's
there.
like, honestly, like, out of just like a utility purpose, who would, like, if we could bring one more person, what would be the, I guess Logan.
No, I'll take one for the team. I'll go.
That'd probably be Ethan.
Ethan? Just piano, drum, no
You're like,
bass.
drums aren't important.
But there's no
Not a
bass.
drummer.
See, if I bring Ethan, I want to bring James. And if I bring James, I want to
You
bring
have
you.
bass notes on the piano, no offense to Ethan.
If you bring Danny or bring Ben, whatever, it's fine.
Well, like that goes
I'm
without
joking.
saying, but like I'd like to bring everybody, but realistically, if I had to bring 3 people, it would likely be like me, Danny, and Logan, just for the sole purpose that between trumpet and saxophone, we could keep a lot of the harmony and the arrangement. If I had to bring 3, and yes, Danny is coming too. Danny is paying his way to go as well.
As Chris recovered from the traumatizing experience he was put
When
through
making the
making
Buster
bus-
King.
He did that in his own
That
volition.
was like the first thing I did.
Yeah.
I joined the band.
This dude played Tower Theater and then did that.
I'll sell my body. I'm not afraid.
Oh, that was a while after that. It was
Not
almost
really,
a year.
dude.
Yeah, because Tower
That was
Theater was
almost a year.
yes, because Tower Theater was April of 2018.
Yeah,
and
Danny's
the video is
saving up for
February
it.
of 2019. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
We made
remember.
that video in early 2019.
That's all a blur.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It feels like it just So no, it was about like 9 months later. Now the video of you eating the cheeseburger and those pictures, that was right after. Yeah.
Oh,
With
okay.
Danny
Oh,
and
you're
Alta.
right.
Which is why I think,
Danny was
like-
naked in the kitchen.
In my new
With the
photo
ants.
shoot that we never wound up using.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really sad about that.
Somewhere on the internet, there is a nude photo shoot of me with nothing but an acoustic guitar
Oh, I saw
covering
it.
my private parts.
I think
And
we
if
need
you
more
can
nude
find
photo
it, I will
shoots
give you
that are just, like,
$100.
family-friendly.
Because I don't
promise
think that you
that.
Tasteful.
Dude, no fucking way you find it. No way. Okay. So.
I'm really obsessed with this idea now.
I would like $100. So.
We could do a tasteful nude calendar. Okay, is the UK tour including Ireland? I want it to. Here's the deal. I do not yet know what we are capable of as far as going to the UK and Ireland. So, if I can, yes, I'd like to do like London through to Liverpool, over to Dublin, and through Ireland a little bit. Dax, goddamn you. But yeah, so that's the plan. If our booking agent can pull it off, we'll be working on it. I shouldn't have said anything about that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just gonna be some like edits, like they're just gonna make them. God damn it. Let's see. Can you tell us what other songs you're making a drum playthrough for?
Can we tell them? They already know. We already told them.
Yeah, go. I mean, you can say that.
So we're doing.
And by the way, the timeline is not concrete. This will take some time. I don't know when.
There are just some logistics we gotta jump through, and I also have to do it. But we're doing. That Doesn't Happen is on the radar because I think that'd be like super fun. Gestapo is gonna be on there. I think that's all we had planned originally, but especially as we release more material, obviously we'll have more to pull from.
And something that and again, no timeline on this, but something I want to do when the new studio is up, I do want a recorded drum battle between me and Ethan. That is something that will happen. Because why not? Speaking of drums, Ethan has something to show you.
Oh yeah.
Is it done?
It's done.
Oh my god.
It's done. Austin Belt's snare drum is finished, and it is a thick boy. It is very, very thick. It's tuned pretty high right now, but I think it could get a lot lower.
She's a lady.
That's she. Sorry. It's a
Yeah,
thick bitch. I guess. Like,
So-
in trouble for that, probably. But
So for all of the drummers out there,
That hardware was awesome.
this is she.
thick.
So she's
What's her
a.
name?
You know, like naming drums is
If-
one of those things where like the name will just happen. It will come to you when
I
you know.
I will be posting
But
a poll on Twitter sometime today with a few different ideas of names for the drums, and I want you all to vote on it. Can you come up with like 4 different names that you'd want to name it?
if you give me a week, maybe.
A week?
Bro, this is
All right.
you can't.
You know
rush
what?
this question.
We're not gonna do a poll. We're gonna do an open Twitter post where you can just comment your answer. We're gonna see if we find any names that Ethan likes.
If you guys can see this or not, but this is me and my father signed this on the inside. This is my dad's project as much as it is mine. It's really hard to get him framed, but
There you go.
so we started and we measured everything out, and that was honestly the hardest part of doing this entire thing was measuring
You got the
everything out.
finish really easy.
But then the finish was we stained it and then we put a lot of
Where's
lacquer on the outside.
Where's the line?
So what do you mean the seam?
Yeah, the seam.
So the seam is, if I can, it's right there.
That's
inside
good.
the-
Oh, that's
I put it underneath
that's,
the lug,
that's amazing.
so it's
You
kind
can
of.
barely even see it.
So
That's great.
it is a 10-ply maple shell. Like I said, it's a 14x8. I wanted to go with a maple because it keeps costs down and it projects really well. so.
Tape on it already.
Oh yeah, bro. This drum we put the head on it and we tried tuning it up, and we didn't actually put. For those of you who know what it is, we didn't put a snare bed in the bottom head, and so we were having trouble with like snare wire response. And then as soon as we put the snare bed in there, we got the snares to work properly, and then the overtones started going insane in this drum, and so it rings really, 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 really. That's the right word. It rings a lot, but. Also, people use Moongel for stuff. People use Moongel and they love it. I kind of hate it only because I'm gonna leave the Moongel on my drum over time, and it turns into like an ugly blue paste, and then you try to take it off, and it gets in your fingers, and it gets super
you just
gross.
have to put it back in the thing.
Yeah, but like I'm not smart. I'm not gonna remember to do that. So gaff tape it is.
Personally, I think the difference, like gaff tape, I like to use gaff tape, but I like to do this little fold at the end so that the actual like vibration of the drum actually lifts it up and comes back down with those dampers. I like it. It sounds good. But yeah, Moongel is a lot better. But the gaff tape definitely works.
So yeah, we're working on a video of the making of this drum. I finished it yesterday, so like give me a sec on the video, but it was super fun.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it if you have a lot of patience.
Definitely gonna do like if you've ever watched the Memphis Drum Shop drum videos, you're gonna do a video of like low tuning, mid tuning, high tuning, just kind of go through it.
And you'll see it on drum covers.
We're gonna fully embrace. So like we're still the main goal of this band obviously is making the music, but we're gonna fully embrace the whole music nerd side of all of us, and we're gonna make pretty much whatever all the videos that we like. We're gonna make videos like that.
Mm-hmm.
So drum tune video. We're gonna do that. Cool. So. Let's see what else we got. Joe asking about the Minecraft server. Check on that. Okay, so that's probably gonna be it for today. I think this is the first. This went pretty well. It's our first WebChat of the year. We'll be doing one of these every second Sunday, noon Central Time, and I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So anyone who's actually here gets the benefit of a live Q&A and all that shit and kind of talk about different stuff, but it will be available on YouTube so we can put up that sweet, sweet content. I'll probably edit this a little bit too, but...
We should have closing music here. We should write a song to close the show.
I don't know the words you're singing.